Welcome to DRA 111. You have made it. I am Professor Kristen Lundberg. I am so thrilled that you are here. I love teaching this course. It's a fun course. We learn all about all things theater. So if you are someone that knows nothing about theater, or somebody that has very little experience, all the way up to someone that's been performing or working backstage, things like that. Or if you're a movie buff and want to see how the theatrical aspect works, you're in the right spot. I think you're really going to like this class. This is an introductory video that is a shell of a video that is for both my 8-week courses and my 12-week courses. They are pretty much the same. My 12 weeks, we break out more into the acting component, the design component, and have a few more projects. But 8 weeks, we do a lot as well. So I wanted to create this little introduction welcome video for y'all and cover about 3 different things to go over. The first is to tell you a little bit about who in the world is teaching you so you can get to know who I am. And also about the structure of the course and the expectations of the course. Okay. So it's not going to be too long of a video. So I do ask that you watch the thing in full. The first thing you need to do is can you see this book? The Theater Brief 13 edition. This is our textbook. Mine's in a binder. It's easier for me to flip through, but you can get an ebook or you can get a hard copy, whatever works for you. But you want the Theater Brief Cohen text, which is the 13th edition. We are going to read all 10 chapters of this book. If you're in my 8-week class, you will be reading a chapter a week. In addition to, you will most likely be reading a play a week. So there is, while this is an online and asynchronous class, there's quite a bit of material to cover in this. There's only one assignment a week, but there is prep for that assignment, and that's for both my 8-week and my 12-week classes. Okay, great. So you need to get the text. A little bit about how this class is structured. Like I mentioned, it is an 8-week or a 12-week online and asynchronous class, which means if you're new to this, that means that you can log on whenever it's convenient for you, okay, into Blackboard. So all of our assignments are due on Thursdays. So with them being due on Thursday, that means the next module launches Friday, first thing in the morning. So you have from Friday all the way into next Thursday at 11:59 p.m. to complete the tasks that are in Blackboard, in addition to completing your assignment. So the expectation with this course is, because we're not seated in a classroom, that you do need to complete your assignments. That basically is like, yes, you showed up for class, you did the materials, you completed the assignment. And then of course you have rubrics that are associated with these assignments. There are 2 tests that are within the class. So there's a test about a quarter of the way through the course, and then one again as your final exam. In the end, you have several units of study, which I will go over when I review the basics of the syllabus in just a moment. And you have creative projects. So it's not just a lecture class. There are your chapters in the textbook that you'll go over. In addition to, I have lecture notes and lecture videos on each of the chapters. You will also have some hands-on assignments to really deepen those connections within the chapter for yourself. So we'll have some creative projects. We will have a few written responses. And I am very collaborative as an artist, and I really love seeing when my students collaborate, so we don't feel so alone in this online asynchronous atmosphere. So I do quite a few discussion boards where you not only get to give your thoughts on certain prompts that I put in the discussion board, but then you get to read other students' discussions that they post within the course of that post, and you actually get to comment on them. There is a netiquette that you will need if you haven't already read it. You do need to read that about how to behave when you are responding in a course online. And overall, y'all, it is be nice, be generous, and be thoughtful, because that's how I'm sure you would want to be treated in this online atmosphere as well, right? So, um, right. So then we have discussion boards. You do have your final exam, and then the final assignment that you will have is something that we build up to over the course of the semester together, which is a theater production critique. Now, one thing that I love to do for my students, which they have given me really strong positive feedback on that they really enjoy as well, is I do a weekly overview video of what's to come in the following week. Okay, so I kind of go over what's going to display in Blackboard, what the assignments are, what the expectation is, reviewing the deadlines. And of course, at any point, you will hear me say over and over again, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. It is so true, y'all. If you have questions, I don't want you sitting there thinking, oh, I want to ask them, but I don't want to feel stupid, or I don't want to I think I can figure it out on my own. And that's fine if you want to figure it out on your own, but please don't let fear stand in your way of ever asking me a question. All right. So feel free to connect with me. I am here as a resource for you. So that's the structure. In a second, I'm going to kind of do a brief overview of the syllabus, but let me tell you a little bit about me just to give you an idea of who's teaching you, who your teacher is. So I have been teaching. Gosh, I think I am in my 18th year yes, my 18th year of teaching in the performing arts as an instructor on the performing side as well as on the tech theater side. So I've done I've done the whole kind of gambit. I'm also a performer. I've been a performer for years. I grew up in Wake County, North Carolina. I went to West Millbrook Middle School, which is no longer apparently my structure is no longer here. It was demolished, sadly. And attended Millbrook High School, and did all this stuff there. And then I went to East Carolina, and then I went to New York, and from there I started my own theater company. I was a professional actress, both stage and screen. I worked with some pretty great people. Um, so I had my own theater company. Was up when I was up there. I am a playwright. I'm still a playwright. I produced all female playwrights within the theater company, and I'm also a director and a producer. So I've really done the whole kind of gambit. And a lot of the shows that we've worked on, I've helped design as well. I am a very visual person as well. We will talk about learning styles, whether you're an auditory, visual, or a tactile kinesthetic learner. I like to really diversify that for you so you have an opportunity to see what are your strengths per these projects. So yeah, we're going to have a really good time in here. I moved back to North Carolina 8, 9 years ago, I think. Something like that. My family is from here. They're still here. I wanted to be closer to them. So came back here, and yeah. And then you may even see me. I oftentimes will invite y'all to come to shows, not just my shows, like shows in the area, and you might even see me there. And if you see me there, please say hi. I have actually seen some of my WT students at the shows, and it's been fun getting to see y'all, like, there outside of a computer. So anyway, I also do have shows that do premiere around the area. One of my plays was produced at NC State's University Theater Fest this past summer. And yeah, it had its premiere there. So that was pretty great. In fact, my summer class students, a few of them came to review it as their theater production critique. So anyway, it is an online asynchronous class. That does not mean it's an easy A. There is a lot of information in this, and I really just want y'all to dig in and see what you can discover what connections that you can make that can help you with your future careers, because the arts are all inclusive and they have a beautiful way of, if you want to become a doctor, if you want to become an engineer, whatever you want to do, there will be skills and tools in here that you will take with you, I promise. That the beauty of the theater, right? And beauty of the arts. So great. That's enough about me. Okay, so let me, if I can do this, I often sing when I pause. Okay, so let me see if I can share. Hey, there it is, the syllabus. Okay, so this is going to be, let's see if we can see that. Hey, there we go. All right. All right. So this is a syllabus that is our liberal arts. This is pretty much how mine is structured. Okay. So anything in regards to attendance and everything, y'all, once you take that course entry quiz, you are in, you are all set to go. We are going to rock and roll. Yes. Okay. So, but please make sure do those assignments that counts towards your attendance. If you do not complete an assignment within 14, 15 days, I have to remove you from the course. And I do not want to remove you from the course. I love my students. I want you to have an incredible opportunity within this class. And if something is going on, I do have a life happens policy where, if there's things that are happening that stay private between you and I for the most part, unless you're in danger, and then I need to go to resources to actually get help for you. Please open up to me and let me know what's going on ahead of time, so that we can try and allow for you to get your work in. Okay. Cheating, plagiarism, it's bad. Don't do it. Okay. Read through all of this. Safe assign is basically that uh, the work that you submit, that you acknowledge that everything that you're submitting, it's going to be analyzed within the Wait Texas system for plagiarism, right? So we want to make sure we are doing authentic work. You are going to hear that often as well from me too. AI is bad. Don't do it. Not even to edit your papers, y'all. Please don't do it. Okay. Okay. So just read through all of this. Read through all of this. Again, this is going to be same for my 8-week and my 12-week course. Okay. So learning outcomes, all this good stuff. Okay. If you want to just skip down to you shouldn't, don't do that. Read all of this. But when you're done reading this, my actual syllabus for this course will start right here on page 8. Okay. So you can scoochie on down to that, right, depending on where, if you're in section 3 or section 4 with me. Okay, so email. You can email me anytime. Please allow 24 hours for me to return a response to you. Okay, just to make sure that I have enough time to respond and see it. And I will absolutely get back to you. Okay. If you are like, I can't figure this out and I can't write all this in an email, can you come and meet with me? Absolutely. I can actually meet with you on Teams. We can have a little video call. I love doing that. Then I can see you face to face and get to know you a little bit better. Okay. So, if you were confused about anything and it's taking more than an email to write everything out, please say, can we just have a quick meeting on Teams? And we'll set up an appointment to do that. Okay. All right. So, but email is great. Please make sure to check your email once a day. Because I do those overview videos every week, and sometimes I do other announcements. I make sure that those announcements are not only on Blackboard, but they are also in your email. So check those as well. Okay. Check your email every day. You got to be available for 90% of the class time. Assignments are due on by Thursday each week. Okay. Yeah, that course entry quiz, that is key. Do that. Great. Okay, so grading. Here's your grading. So the course entry quiz and all you're getting is starting assignments, which is like your syllabus confirmation form and things like that. That's 5% of your grade. This is all weighted, y'all. This is an individually weighted. Your theater production critique is 10%, written responses are 15, your discussion boards are 20, your creative projects are 25, and then tests and quick quizzes are 25% as well. Okay. All right. Great. MLA will be your best friend whenever you're doing your theater production critique or your written response. Sometimes I ask in a discussion board, but mostly it's just these two right here. You need to use your MLA format. If you do not know how to write an MLA, please go to the Writing Center, and that's what they're there for. They can actually help you with a lot of that. And you need to learn it. So whether Wake Tech is a stop for you on the way to university, or if this is your path on the way out to the real world, right? Either way, MLA is a standard. So you really need to learn that format. Okay, late assignments will not be graded. All right. Except if there is a life happens policy. At that point, you must contact me ahead of time to let me know what's going on if you need some sort of an extension or something. And that is like, I forgot, not like I forgot, right? But like a medical emergency or, something something happened which was severe enough to prevent you from meeting this assignment. Okay. Uh, I understand we are human beings, but please understand that if you are consistently late, that will be an issue where things will go to zero land, and we don't want to do that. Okay, so please be considerate of both my time and of the deadlines. And I would recommend getting a calendar so that you can know when things are appearing, because I'm sure I'm not your only class. Okay. Okay, AI. Again, it's bad. Don't use it. Don't use it to edit. Don't use it to create. Don't use it to clean up. Don't use it to revise. Nothing. Okay, just don't use it. I am interested in you, not a robot. I am interested in you and your authentic voice in your work, even if it's rough and whatever. I want to know what you have to say, right? Because you are a human being. A robot is not. I have nothing against robots. Okay. But when it comes to AI, that is strictly like I am cheating. I am taking the easy way out. I'm trying to get an easy A in this class. Why are you here? If you're going to do everything with AI, just don't do it. Okay. If you haven't figured it out, I'm very passionate about your authentic work. That's what I want to see. Okay. If you think you can get by doing it, you are just doing yourself a complete disservice. I will say that. And you can roll your eyes, but I promise you it will not work out well in the end. Okay, skipping past. All right, so I just talked about grading. This gives you a little bit more information about grading and tests and what things will be covered. Okay. Your creative projects. So if you are in my 8-week class, your creative projects will be a design plot and a directing project. Okay. Your 12-week folks, you will also be doing a character analysis, and that is strictly because of time. Okay. Written responses, that will come up, and I go into a lot of detail in the overview videos about what those are. Okay. Life happens. I've already talked about that in depth. Please plan to devote between 5 to 8 hours a week in this class, like you would if you were sitting in my class, within the actual class. You would have class time together, and then you would also have some sort of homework, right? So this is like that same thing. Okay, great. And then this is going to change depending on what course you're taking, whether you're 8 weeks or 12 weeks. These dates will change, okay? But I give all the important information here. And then we go through the different of what you're going to learn every single week. Okay, so your topics. Let me go through your topics again. This will change whether you're in 8 weeks or you are in 12 weeks. Okay, so we are starting with talking about what is theater, what a play is, acting, design, the director, the dramaturg, and the critic, modern theater, musical theater, and modern theater. I talked about modern theater, musical theater, and the theater of today. Okay. So those are our topics that we're going over here in this course. And again, there's a lot of detail. I'm going to stop sharing. That is within your textbooks that supports the additional materials that I am putting within Blackboard. Okay, the final thing I will mention is we are moving into Blackboard Ultra. So Blackboard Ultra is a little different from if you are familiar with the original Blackboard that we were using. That I am giving you grace as we're learning this new platform, and I ask for you to give me a little grace as well. I've gotten a little savvy with it, but right. Uh, it's going to be a bit of a learning curve for all of us involved, and that's okay. That's right. So if you have questions about it, just let me know. I've really cleaned up the Ultra course to make it really easy for your navigation and for you to complete your assignments. Okay. Uh, what else? The theater production critique. Again, the final thing I want to say about that, which I do a whole video on, but just in brief, is I'm hoping that your goal with this course is to learn more about the theater, about the things that go into it, how the spectacle happens, and for whatever that goal is, whatever tools that you want to learn. The other reason is for you to get out there and see a show. I want you to go see a professional show. So I actually put together a whole list of theaters that are doing shows within our class time period um, that are on Blackboard Ultra. Okay, so a lot of these places they have student tickets. You can check those out. You must reserve tickets for a lot of these things um, in advance. So just plan for that. But I really do want you to see a live production. To do your theater production critique on a live show that's in like the tri-state area, you can get a maximum of 100 points on that. Okay, there is a rubric for that. If you are in a bind and you're like, I can't see a live show, no way, Jose, this is not happening, I don't have time, and all this good stuff. That's your choice, okay, if you choose. So I did include a selection of 4 different streamed productions. You must choose one of those 4 productions. You cannot choose your own to review. It has to be one of those 4 that I listed on Blackboard Ultra that you are welcome to review. Now, if you decide that you want to do your theater production critique on a streamed production and not a live, you can get a maximum of 80 points. Okay. So that takes you down a letter grade if you want to do a streamed critique versus a live show. Okay. Please plan. There's tons of live shows out there. It's much more enjoyable and social, and you can be in the energy of a lot of not just the performers, but a lot of other audience members that are probably feeling the same thing you are about different moments in the play. It's a cathartic experience. We will talk more about catharsis. Okay. I think you're just going to really enjoy it. Okay. All right. So that is the scope of the class. Whether you, again, you were 8-week or 12-week, you were going to get, I hope, I really hope, a wonderful experience from this class. You are going to learn so much within this amount of time. There are each week optional resources. So if, in addition to some of the things that are required as your task list, there are additional things I put in there for those of you that are like, I need more. I have it for you, y'all. I got you set, right? So every week, and it's capped, optional in Blackboard Ultra. Before that, whatever assignment or video or whatever it is, if you want to learn more about that concept, I have that on there as well for you. Okay. So again, I'm so thrilled that you're here. I can't wait to see the fantastic work that y'all do and the wonderful connections that you make. Yeah. All right. So any questions at any point, please don't hesitate to reach out. And let's have a really good time. Let's get started with week 1. And looking forward to getting to know you guys. Okay. It's Professor Lundberg signing off. Let's go. Let's go.